All right, welcome back, folks. Happy New Year if you're watching this near when it was recorded. It's the start of 2026. We are getting close to the finishing stages, I certainly hope, of this Civ 4 game that's been ongoing for a couple months now because I only play once a week and then I had to miss a number of Fridays for one reason or another. But we are going to continue. It is already 1935. It's like turned 340 or something on the clock here. What is it? What turn is it? It's like turned 340 or something. No, even later than that, 355. Okay. So we are pushing along here. We spent the last session doing a lot of industrializing. I also have not touched this games in the I have not touched this game in the 2 weeks since this was played, so hopefully I'm not too rusty here. But yeah, we've been building the coal plants and then building infrastructure. So the biggest threat in the game is that Zara will try to get a cultural victory. He has not been going very fast, but he did turn the cultural slider on recently. He's still in a war with Wang Khan, so I don't think there's much chance he can beat us to space, but there is the chance that he can get that cultural victory. So we're starting, and he's not real far behind technologically. So I don't really want to fight this guy if I can avoid it. So he can research. He can research. He's researching industrialism. We are up medicine on him. He's up some texts that are irrelevant, like archery and whatnot, and fascism, which is done. So what was I? Oh yes, yes, yes. At the last session, we were doing wonders. That's right. Hi Willow. Thanks. You just were able to get here. We were doing some of the wonders, and we were able to get Eiffel Tower, and we were able to get Rock and Roll and Cristo Redentor. So we were able to do the civic swaps, and those are pretty big. The mass media. Um, do we have all the music generating wonders? Broadway, rock and roll. What's the third one? Hollywood. Hollywood. Hopefully we can get Hollywood as well. But I didn't really want to research mass media because I can always trade for the hit movies if I need to. And we already have the broadcast tower, so we don't really need to go there. We were able to deny Eiffel Tower though, which is we really wanted to deny that. The next thing we were going to do is we were going to go for superconductors because we wanted to get the research lab, we wanted to get the labs up and running quickly, and then I think we are going to decide what to do from there. So that means we have to go to plastics because you need plastics to research computers, and then superconductors, and we don't really have that many more techs. We've made like a little over a dozen-ish techs to be able to launch the spaceship. So we lost one of the wonders. It's true if you want to go to the wonder list, but we were just able to trade for the resource. We lost Broadway, but we were able to trade for it. We also lost Pentagon, but I'm kind of hoping I won't have to fight any more of these wars. I'm kind of hoping I can avoid that. Let's see what Addis Ababa's culture goes to. It's 16,600 right now. 16,629. Just gonna jot that down.
After diseases, make a habit of two things. Your health.
So I can get the exact count of how much it went up this turn. All right, no, we're definitely not going environmentalism. All right, we're gonna go into 0%, but we'll do industrialism. Oh, we're actually we're actually positive gold at 80%. That's a good sign. Now I know I have some cities on wealth, but all right, coal plant done. You definitely need the supermarket here. You're gonna starve in that time. I mean, well, if you starve, you starve. No. Is there anything cheaper than the super? No, the supermarket is actually the cheapest thing. 6 turns. Yeah, you're gonna starve down a pop point. That's not great. There is no other tile I can use to give you more food. Whoops. Well, maybe I can rush the supermarket when it gets close because I don't want to lose that pop point. All right, intelligence agency. You definitely can use the hospital there. So coal plants here, and then we'll be able to do a hospital plus the other econ buildings. All right, same thing. This is the one city where the levee is not very effective. So we'll get the hospital. Yeah, that'll solve your starvation issue as soon as we get that. All right, thank. Let's just do the hospital right now. You don't even have a coal plant. Also, definitely something better than that spy specialist that we can run. I'm scared to see what's going to happen here when the coal plant is done, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, you can also use this. I did not want the cannon. Cannon. I'll fix that cannon though. Alright, right, where's the cannon? Here we go. Actually, you can probably do the coal plant, then the hospital. All right. Okay, so last turn, Addis Ababa was at 16,629. This turn it's at 16,743. So he only gained 114 culture, which is like not scary for a cultural victory. I noticed Zara also turned the science slider back on again, though. So that's a thing. We were also building like approximately 10 billion railroads. So yeah, we're in the middle of doing a lot of railroading. Let me actually get my mouse into a better spot, because unlike the last game, which I was playing with the keyboard. Now, did we railroad this? We did. The last game I was playing with the joystick. This game we actually do need to use the mouse for this one. It was a cannon event. I see what you did there. Oops, that used up... Well, I could have done that more efficiently. Okay, you guys were railroading through here, so we had a railroad down here. We also need to... There was one tile we need to improve. Oh, excuse me. Maybe it was up here at South Park. Excuse me. Ugh. Maybe, I don't know. There was something over there. A lot of wood up there, indeed. Okay. So you... We need to increase the yield there. All right, so your lumber mill gets a higher yield there. This tile is also actually a mine, so that also gets a higher yield. All right, you guys, trying to do your best to help out true poverty points here. This very, very sad city. Okay, so a couple of you need to go on here so you can railroad that tile. The rest of you come over here and lumber mill first, then we'll railroad it. This very sad city. Did we... Okay, and here we're just railroad building for transportation purposes. I need to get all my cities connected by rail. Then I can delete a bunch of workers, because I won't need 10 billion workers after that. All right. Yeah, we're just connecting the rails up here. These turns will definitely get faster once I don't have to do railroading everywhere. Alright, so let's turn this down to 0%. If we go 100% on this tech, 4 turns, and we need... Oh, wow, we could actually just do it right now. Do I have any cities on... I think I have a number of cities on wealth, though, that I'd like to do health builds in. So our economy won't look as great. Yeah, I have a bunch of cities on wealth that I'm going to build hospitals in. So the economy is not going to look quite as good after that. But, yeah, here we go. A couple cities that definitely need their hospitals because they're starving at the moment. But once they get those done, we'll be able to go back on wealth builds in some of these places. So we probably need to run one turn of 0% science here to account for the fact that, oh, actually, you do not have any health shortage. That said, we probably should just build this. Probably should build an aqueduct anyway, just to be on the safe side. So I think I was going to convert one of those tiles over. Okay, and oh dear is another one. These poor cities that are starving. All right. Yeah, the wealth builds do make a bit of a difference, don't they? So yeah, we'll need to turn this off for another turn or two. Supermarket here. All right. Oh yeah, we'll need to build rails here, but that's fine. Okay, so we don't have a health issue at the moment. So why don't you do the espionage buildings? And we'll go from there. Best Boreal Boy is able to grow now. A little bit. We'll grow on... Yeah, it can actually grow a little bit. So, we don't really need health that badly, but let's knock out the aqueduct and then we'll go from there. Observatory. Pretty much every city is going to be building a hospital right now because they all have negative food. Yeah, we're just, everybody's doing a hospital. They all have significant negative food. But that was why we researched that. Yep, you all have negative food deficits. Great profit. Glad you're able to catch that. We actually just started this stream. All right, now is Deer Space working all these tiles? Yes, we gotta make sure we lumber mill these tiles, or railroad the tiles that are lumber milled. What were you doing down here? We need to railroad these lumber mills tiles at the very least. Alright, that's already done. So let's connect this to gains. I've been working on the railroad. I know it's super exciting to watch, right? But it is important. We want to make sure that we need it for mobility purposes. We also, mines and lumber mills, of course, get the extra production on these tiles from railroading them. Up here. All right, now I thought that I wanted to, I was going to windmill this tile. That's right. This is the one tile I was going to, let's, before we do that, let's connect that. Oh, I love how we're jumping around the map too. Just love it. All right. So just to make sure we got this, we connected this by rail. All right. All right, railroad, and then other guys can come over and help. Okay. Heroic Epic City getting beefed up now. All right. Well, I will say a 1-3 tile. Okay, we can. I actually would definitely run the artist over the citizen here. A 1-3 tile definitely has much better yields than a 1-1 tile. Gives the city some basic production, if not a lot. Yeah, love how we're just jumping around the map here. But yeah, most of the tile improvements are done, and now it's just like connecting stuff with. We did finish the railroad. Oh no, we actually didn't finish the railroad. Oh, we did. Yes, we did. So those are both now connected by a railroad, and then we'll windmill this tile, and then that'll give us enough food that it can stay at size 9. Because that'll add 2 food, and then we can, I guess, mine this. Or actually, we could windmill that tile too. There's a little bit of extra work we can do here. Yeah, there is gonna. I've said this before. Oh, I actually ran an extra turn of 0% science. Well, that's fine. The plan is to do another. We're also going to get a great person here soonish. We're kind of hoping for not scientist, not artist. Unfortunately, those are like the highest ones. Merchant would be nice. Prophet would be nice. Spy would be nice. Engineer, we can get a great engineer from Fusion Tech later on. All right, well, this city's basically done with all its infrastructure. I mean, we'll crank out a missionary or two. We don't need the Buddhist stupa. We don't need a bunker. I'll get a missionary just for right now, but then we can put it on wealth. All right, coal plant, you need a hospital. You also need more health as well, but we'll do the supermarket first. Look at Lake Wobegon. All grown up. Can actually build a supermarket in 7 turns, and we'll grow on these lake tiles. Aqueduct, yes. Yeah, you don't really need anything else, do you? You can just go back to wealth then. Start putting some of these cities on wealth builds. All right, you need the hospital. Supermarket. Well, this city is generating a lot of great people points, isn't it? Wendy's. Well, you don't need more health because of all the forest preserves. We have like insane amounts of health here. I guess you can do the Security Bureau Intelligence Agency because why not? We might as well, and then we'll go on wealth. A size 7 city is all grown up. I mean, for the purposes of this map, it is. All right, you have nothing else to build either. You don't need happiness. I guess I'll do the Coliseum and then just put you on wealth after that. Because there's nothing else for you to build. Alright. This is a very, very good production city. Deed of Worms. All right, we'll do this, 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 and then we'll reassess after that. All right. Now the question would be, would we want to do the coal plant? The problem is if we do that, it's just going to cost us more specialists. I guess we have the aqueduct. I guess with the aqueduct, it's all right. So, all right, we'll do this and then just queue that up. You also need a hospital. Some of these cities are now like just now getting around to their hospital. -5 food. The lack of the fact that there's so few health resources on this map really makes it tough. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to connect our oil in the relatively near future, which is gonna be annoying. But oh, hello, we've got a tile up here. It's Streamer's Luck that we need to improve, and the oil will have to connect at some point too. Well, you're not hurting that badly on health yet. Of course, you will once we build the coal plant. But yeah, if we can build Three Gorges Dam, then we'll be able to not have to worry about coal, because we'll be able to get power from we won't need the coal plants at that point. I believe if you build the Three Gorges Dam, it just the coal plants like deactivate. I believe that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this city's still growing too. We want you to grow a little bit faster. And yes, we still have a lot of these. All right, let's make sure we turn science back on again, because we certainly have built up a big enough bank account right now. So what are we at? Yeah, there's still fighting going on over here. The fact that there's fighting going on in Seoul is not a great sign for poor Wang Khan there. Zara looks like he might try to race us to space, but I don't think he can beat us once we get our whole economy dialed up. Yeah, so he still needs refrigeration, which we have, right? Yeah, we have refrigeration. He still needs that tech. Neither of us have combustion yet. And we're both researching industrialism. Looks like we're going to get it about the same time. He might be a turn faster. But yeah, he's not running the culture slider. Not at this point. Still, I think we can just like do a fairly relaxing just outrace to space. Because I don't really want to try to fight that guy. Alright, so yeah, we'll turn that into a windmill. Apparently we're just going to jump to the other side of the world. And what is it? R is the command for railroad, right? Yeah, so I can just keep hitting R to speed this up. Alright. There we go. Did we get the windmill yet? No. We're still working on that. Oh, now we're on the other side of the map again. Cool. Just make sure that this is connected to, so we have a railroad running through there. Oh, now we're over here again. Okay. Lumber mill. There we go. All right. Well, that's the best I can do here. True poverty point is never going to be very good. Just not that kind of city. Is there anything else I needed to do here? Deed of Worms is quite a bit of, oh, we should lumber mill these tiles while we can, because it will have enough food to get work a couple additional tiles. So we'll just do that while we're here. And then we'll connect the line back here to Caribou. Well, all the way up there. Okay. All right. Bring you guys over here. Oh, cool. Now we're over here again. Okay. All right. I'll just cash rush this because I don't want this city to starve and lose a pop point. It's not that much gold. Right, the AI will also likely research some dead-end techs along the way. Again, once my infrastructure's done, I put a whole bunch of cities on like wealth, and then my research rate goes up by a lot. Okay, so now this city's not starving. That's good. We'll do the hospital so that it gets out of this status, but it's pretty much good now. Okay. Hospital's what, 3 health, right? Yeah, 3 health. Basically offsets the unhealthiness from the coal plant. Yeah, it basically offsets that. Okay, so Greenland, you have nothing else to build. I mean, I guess I could do Red Cross, but I don't really need units that come out with Medic 1. It's like not that amazing. So we'll just put you on wealth. All right. I think Workstrift can now build the coal plant. I think because it's -3 health, I believe, total, and like it'll not be it will be stable there. I think. Okay, you're Terrestrial, you're completely done. More wealth builds. Okay, as for you, there you go. Just queue those up. All right. Actually, I do want to keep the artist specialist for right now. That's a little bit better. All right, onto the factory. We'll see if you ever get it done. All right, that's done. So, yeah, you can just grow onto these tiles. That's about it. Very, very good city here on the edge. We're gonna cap out at like size 15, but it's still a really good city. I guess we can work the water tile. Something like that. Well, I wish I could get some more health in here, but sadly I can't. Red Cross doesn't give any health. It just gives the units an extra promotion. All right, we'll just do this, and then we'll come check in you when your infrastructure's done. All right, same thing here. Like I said, just do the espionage buildings because they're pretty cheap to build. Okay. As for you, you still have a lot of stuff to build, don't you? I'd rather have you growing for right now. We'll do the bank, university, and then I'll come back and see how things are doing after that. I don't like the cities to go too long without me checking on them. I don't trust the AI to do anything important. All right. So does Winna has a quarry in addition to just the mobility, and it has that's a workshop. Okay. I want to make sure you get any tile that actually boosts yields railroaded. Okay. Where do we need to go that still needs Buddhism? With the railroads, we can actually get to these places a little faster. All right, well, it looks like just about all the cities in my core have that. Trickle down and true poverty points, I think, and that's pretty much it. So you can go to trickle down. Oh, hey, now we're up here. What? I just control clicked them. What the heck? Why did it suddenly take me to the other side of the map? Did they finish the... Oh, they're not done the lumber mill yet. Wait, what the... Cancel. Is the lumber mill... The lumber mill's done. What the heck was that? Why did it take me to the other side of the map all of a sudden? I'm very confused. Anyway. Well, in any case, as I said, we're going to make sure these are ready for Deed of Worms so it can grow onto these tiles. And I'll be able to grow, because like it's at +4 food right now. Yeah, I can definitely work these two and then maybe that tile. So we'll just, while I have the workers in the area, we'll do that. All right, so Hidden Valley, we want to go... Well, did we railroad that tile? Yes, okay. So while we're clearing it, we want to go ahead and we'll chop into nothing here. But we're going to windmill this tile. Because it's Riverside, and that's another fairly decent, not like great tile to grow onto, but not terrible. And here we are again. Okay. Hi, Dark Kuno. Lima isn't Buddhist either? Okay. We'll make sure to get that with one of these missionaries. All right. This tile also needs to be lumber milled and railroaded. Oh, we already got that tile? Okay. Then let's go here. Takes a long time when so many tiles are tundra, because tundra takes an extra turn to it's like normally it takes 2 turns to railroad, but if it's in tundra it takes an extra one. All right. That tile will need to be lumber milled as well. We very slowly built this railroad through here. Anyway, pretty chill turns, but I'm content to have... This game's had enough excitement already. Oh, we got a great merchant! Yes! Let's go! Now if we get the great engineer from Fusion, we can trigger a final golden age. That's perfect. That's a great roll. That was only like a 15% odds. That's awesome. Really good stuff. All right, we'll do one more missionary then. That's great. Very, very lucky. Okay. I don't know that you really need the hospital, but just to be on the safe side, we'll knock out the hospital. Actually, we'll do theater then hospital. All right. Here's our, this is our heroic epic city, right? Yeah. Alrighty. Factory done. Yes. So let's do this, and then maybe we can, actually the supermarket's better. But you can finish the aqueduct first, faster. All right. 10 turns. You don't have 10. You're gonna start before 10 turns are done. So we better do the aqueduct. Oh, we have a tile. We have a lumber mill to build here at trial. Okay, that's for you. Observatory University. Sounds good. Also, you might as well grow onto these tiles. Don't waste your time. Let's scroll onto some of these tiles. All right. Yeah, we'll do this, and then I think it's time to set you to wealth. All right. You can do coal plant, and then you'll have to do hospital, so we'll just queue that up immediately. All right, and you have just about filled out your... Oh, poor you. Look at this. Better not work that tile. Here we go. So many cities. Again, I've mentioned this before, but this is why I try not to play on these gigantic maps, because they just take so long to go through and manage all your cities. Okay, you've basically solved your health issues, so let's do this and this. Like, you just end up with so many cities. It just takes forever to do all this stuff. All right, I guess there's no more health buildings we can add here. So I'll do this and then check back in with you again. All right, there we go. It just takes a long time. But yeah, anyway, that's great news. Very, very good news. Now we can get one final golden age, and that'll help speed up things a bit in like the extreme late game. All right, did we get the lumber mill, windmill yet? No. Ah, cool. I would have thought that we would have continued with like that stack that we were literally on, but no, let's just jump to a completely different part of the map. That sounds good. So yeah, we need 4. Okay, well... Zara is definitely winning his war. So he is definitely carving up Wang Khan. But as I said, I don't think that he's like it's gonna do enough to. Oh wait, what the heck happened? Did Horse Gambit lose another? Nope, it's gonna solve. It's gonna get this back just in time. I was like, did it lose another tile? But no. All right, Lima. Apparently, we also needed to convert. Ah, way up there in the top. You can go there, and then we also need true poverty points. Right? I sent, yeah, and then I need true poverty point, and then that's all our cities, and then I don't think I need to build more missionaries. I could send more of them into the enemy territory, but like it's so far away, and at this point in time in the game, the value of like flooding cities on the other side of the map with missionaries is relatively low. Where in the world are we right now? And trickle down also, yeah. I already have a missionary going to trickle down, I believe. Yeah, I believe I already have one queued up and going there. There was Trial where's Trial was a city that needed workers. Where in the world even is that? I have so many cities, it's hard to keep track of them. Where is Trial? I need a search function for my own empire. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, okay, we're a little bit, we're a little bit further north from that, but I'll work my way down there, I think. All right. So now these tiles are improved. Okay. So let's build the railroad connection through here. I'll add it. Okay. Lumber mill's done there. Again, it's so, this is just so disorienting, the way the game constantly wants to jump to workers on the other side of the map instead of just sticking with the ones that are like literally right here. You got that? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a nice yield. Wait, why are we stagnant? Oh, because we're doing this, of course. I'm like, why are we stagnant here? So we can grow, and it'll take 20 turns, but we can grow onto one final windmill here. So let's get that. Sorry, I can't automate them. I just can't. I have to control them. I'm too much of a control freak. I have to. I just have to control them. It's just, that's always been me. I mean, if you think this game is bad, you should have seen Civ 3, where you were routinely running around with 100 workers in every game. It's like very, very common to have 100 workers running around. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get trial because we have workers that are nearby. And then I think there's another city that is. There's another city up here in the middle of that needs that is an unimproved tile. This tile right here, over at Streamer's Luck. I can get that with the workers at Deer Space. They'll head up through here. Play Civ while drunk or exhausted. Each their own. I would not play this game while after drinking, but to each their own. All right. Yeah, we don't really have much that we need to build here. I'll do the espionage buildings and can probably stop after that. Aqueduct and Bespori, oh boy. You don't need health. Mostly you just need to grow at this point. Oh wait, why are we working an extra engineer? That's what we need there. All right. So for right now, we'll do the intelligence agency. Have you considered using the road to function? I know, but again, I just want to control it myself. I know. Honestly, here we should run an artist specialist because I want to control this border. Yeah, 40. We actually make a lot of culture now, thanks to being in the combination of free speech civic and then having the broadcast tower. Where's the broadcast tower? Here we go. Plus 50% culture. I mean, that's plus 150% culture overall. Oh, and I built the hermit. Never mind. This city's a bad example because I built the hermitage here. But I want to control some of these tiles, so do this. Panama, you definitely need that hospital. You're still -4 food. Well, we'll get genetics eventually, and that'll give us some extra health. We've got most of the infrastructure done in the cities we captured, and we're like still working through the back end tier of that stuff. All right. Yep. Here we go. -7 food. All right. This will take us out of starvation. A lot of hospitals finishing. Again, I'm just queuing up a couple build. Oh, we need to work here at Mustard. We can surely do something better than this. I'll just run a specialist for right now. Stupa. Oh, we could have done a stupa there. That's true. It's not a bad call. I'll go back and fix that. I like that suggestion. So Zara, he is not running the slider right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns it on at some point. The thing is, he's in the middle of a war, and the AI is usually reluctant to run that in the middle of the war. I'm wondering if Workstrift maybe should build the stupa. Why don't actually you can do the Hindu Mandir, and we'll do the Buddhist stupa here at Horse Gambit. Good call on the Buddhist stupa, by the way. I just my eye just glosses over that because I'm not used to seeing it. I see it and I'm like, this is I don't want to build this. His unique building might be helping. Although, don't the obelisks obsolete eventually? Wow, we had a lot of stuff queued up, didn't we? To try to save time. Okay, now you are starving, but yeah, we're going to get 3 more health per turn back after this. Also, you could also work this tile for a little bit more food, and then we can just grow onto those tiles. Alrighty, let's see. What do we need? Did we connect up to Greenland yet with a railroad? No, we need a railroad on this tile. And did we railroad this? Yes, okay. So, let's railroad then up to Angie. And you are going to go to true poverty points. And then we can check in with missionaries after that. All right. So let's connect this just to be on the safe side. I don't expect to ever need to use this, but it doesn't hurt. We will need to connect our oil eventually. For the time being, though, I'm leaving it unconnected because it's just going to cause more unhealthiness. I might even try to get genetics. I might actually go for early genetics here. The requirement, remember, we're going for superconductors. The +3 health is a big deal on this map. And then we will have to go for rocketry so we can do the Apollo program. I might actually do rocketry next so I can build the Apollo program. But I wanted to do this first so I could reveal aluminum. This obsoletes ivory, but of course we don't have any ivory. And you need a genetics eventually, yes. You do need it eventually. Generally speaking, you usually... what's that? That's a bug. You usually... What is going on here? You usually want to get to fusion early on because fusion is so expensive. The engines are so expensive to build. But you want to get to... Usually the target is superconductors first and then get to the engine next. But you also do have to build the Apollo program. A lot of these techs are skippable. Obviously, laser is skippable. We're not going to go... We've discussed many times the stealth poison pill and AI survivor, so we won't be going for any of those techs. So, yeah. All right. So we should also connect to that rail. Make sure that we have that railroad connected over to there. Yeah. Windmill. And we'll just railroad that for funsies because we can. Make sure we have that done. All right, so that's now done. We'll do the connection back over here. All right. So now we'll push the rail connection further to the east. Oops, except I walked over that tile without railing it, which we will need. And over here, did we rail this tile? Yes, we did. Okay. Now, have I gotten all the tiles that are boosted by railroads connected here? I think I have. So we were going to push north here to... There's that tile up here, which we can cottage that tile. Let's extend the railroad up. Oh, I do have a mine here that I can boost the yield on as we build a railroad through the literal ice field. Anyway, we're getting there. We could get internet to fill in the gaps. I mean, we're ahead of... Well, the only techs I would get are very outdated techs. Like, I would get Divine Right and Archery, and, like, that's it. I'm not... So, internet's not that useful. We can probably build it anyway. But it's not a high priority, building the internet. I mean, we're going for superconductors, so we might as well, but... Yeah, not a high priority.
There is one rule for the industrialist, and that is make the best quality of goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest wages possible.
So, I guess we'll go for superconductors. We'll go for superconductors, then we can back... Oh, wait, what are we missing here? What are we missing for compute? Oh, that's right. We need to go plastics. We have to do combustion. Okay. We can actually one-turn combustion. Well, that's nice. That's pretty cool. Now we got to go through a whole bunch of buildings again. Yeah, you do not have enough health to build this, so... Could be a fun variant. Give yourself the internet to start with. Do something with that. I mean, it could be, but I also feel like it might just make the game a little too easy. If you never have to do research, then... I don't know. I feel like if you don't have to do research, then like it's just a little too easy. All right. Yeah, and plastics is also good because we get 3 gorges for clean power. Yep. Also true. All right, trickle down. What do we need? I guess we'll finally do the levee. It's probably not going to pay its cost back, but we'll just do it because it's pretty cheap and it's not like there's not much else to build at this point. All right, you can do these. All right, hospital here. Yeah, same thing. Just queue up the espionage buildings and go from there. I wish I could get you more health, but I can't. All right. you should definitely be working these water tiles. And yeah, I guess that's about it for right now. You don't, wow, you're missing like a lot of basic stuff. Somehow we didn't do the apothecary or the library in here yet. Although you have no tiles, so that other stuff doesn't really matter. All right. Yeah, you can do the coal plant. This poor city, poor Schlieffen plan. This is a this is a rather sad city. Like that is pretty sad when it comes to land. Anyway, one turn combustion is pretty cool. Be able to do it that quickly. All right, where's our aluminum? Jewel Lake. Okay. So this one is actually outside our borders, right? Or is that in our borders? No, that's in our borders. Okay. We'll hook up one of these. I don't think we will. It's amusing. I have multiple workers like literally right here, so we can connect that. I'm only going to connect one because if I do two, then they'll probably demand. AI will probably demand my source. Let's see where Zara has his aluminum. Just all right. He has aluminum. He has several aluminum, so that's a non-issue. He has lots of aluminum, and the other AIs don't have any, which is pretty crippling. Well, I'd like to build ironworks somewhere. I would like to build in one of my highest production cities. I just want to make sure that they're not going to like die of lack of health before I do that. Once I get all this infrastructure done, I'll check which city has like the most production. It's probably going to be like, it might be Diet of Worms. It might be Airship Central. As I said, I just want to need to make sure they have enough health because I am a little health crunched. Due to this map lacking so many resources. All right, you guys. One over here. There we go. Okay. Anyway, we needed to extend this up here. Wait, does this not connect it? Oh my god. I still never I never reconnected this at Deer Space. Are you kidding me? I never reconnected that. Well, we'll connect it now. Easy to miss that detail. That was pillaged during the war, and I guess I never bothered to reconnect it because I just didn't see it, that it was pillaged. Anyway, so that's cool. On our way up now. Improve these tiles. Okay, where are we now? Okay. Just make sure we connect these cities together. Oh, hey, look, my workers have like almost met up. They're close from different areas. Gotta keep building these connections just in case. I mean, again, I don't expect to need these, but I am never, always want to be sure just in case we would need something. Apparently I already railroaded some of this stuff over here. Just in case I need to connect my cities together. If you're curious about the cultural victory, that third city is just like non-existent. Paris is also a really good spot. I guess Paris, yeah, see Paris is still growing a little bit. It needs to grow onto this. So it can cap out at, is that 49 plus 3? No, that's 4. So it caps out at like 53 base production, something like that, which is really good. I could technically give it even more tiles from some of the other cities if I needed to. Alright. I'm not going to connect the oil right this instant. Oh, I can build public transportations right now. Maybe I'll have to have some of these cities knock out their public transportations. Because I believe the public transportation offsets the oil unhealthiness, I think. Because isn't oil cost, where's the factory? Yeah, the oil is +2 unhealthiness. Okay, so if we build the public transportations, that offsets the unhealthiness from oil. We did lose whales, though, unfortunately. So, that's not so great. Because I think we were getting happiness from them. Right? Or was it furs that we were getting them? My happy cap's not too bad. It's not amazing, though. Because there's just so few resources on this map. We are very tied to the hit musicals, hit singles. If we lost these, we would be in a bit rough shape in terms of happiness there. Was it whale or is it furs the one that anyway? Did I have whales? Maybe it was. I'm probably thinking of furs is the thing that's going to obsolete. That's going to be a bit more of a pain. So maybe it's that. Anyway, we're definitely going to build these public transits everywhere. That's just like on whatever buildings. And then once I have a chance to finish some of these. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of these. Well, you do the hospital first. And then this. Alright, so my wealth cities now need to build these. I have a lot of cities that keep going on wealth and then stop just to crank out. Well, actually, you do the hospital just for safety's sake. Because I am going to connect the, whatchamacallit, the oil, and once I have time to build these. Alright. Thankfully, you can queue up production in this game. This would be so annoying if you weren't able to queue up production. That also means it's probably a good time to run a turn of 0% science. And then we'll just go full bore research next turn. Anyone else on wealth? I don't think so. Let me just check my city list. No, I don't think so. Yeah, right now Deed of Worms is listed as being the highest. And On the Edge is really close too. Alright, now we get to do the worker jump around the map again. Oops. Very slowly built that connection. Okay. Well, on the plus side, we finally got our deer connected. We have by the way, we have 84 deer connected. Just, you know, just keep that in mind that we have 84 deer currently connected in our territory. So yeah, that's a thing. All right, so you guys road that. And then we'll connect the aluminum. Oh, we have to road that, railroad that. Now we're on the other side of the map again. Where are we? Okay, you guys, I think we're heading in this direction to connect these cities together. So I've got, all right. And you were connecting this. And you are, oh, here we go. Hey, we succeeded on our dice roll. I was a little worried about that one. Is that already railroaded? Okay, already railroaded. Okay. Someone's building a rail over there. Looks like a good spot. All right, come on. All right, you guys building in that direction, and then you can join these guys going in this direction down here, where we've almost connected these cities. All right, now is there anything here that gets its tile yields boosted? No, but we do need to run a railroad to connect Rome, Panama over to here to be on the safe side. Because we might, you might need to move units to there. I'm going to stop repeating myself on the I don't expect to move here because I've said it a bunch of times, but alrighty. Yeah, no corner rice on this map, which is a lot less. You'd normally have, as you said, 4 extra health from this. Alright, so now you can go back to wealth. You actually have enough health that you're kind of growing right now. You can grow onto this tile, of course. We could also put another windmill down later on. Alright, while I'm at it, we'll turn on research. 4 turns, yep. Yeah, we're making close to 3,000 base speakers, and again, that's with City's still working on it. No labs yet, and City's still working on infrastructure. I bet we can get over 4,000 per turn once we cap out and can start putting cities on building research. All right, what does this city need? Supermarket sounds good. This city still has a lot to build. Strasbourg does not have anything else to build. Just got that knocked out. Intelligence agency, yeah. Just do your public transits. Okay. Cool, we didn't have as much stuff finished that turn. We'll find out what Zara's... By the way, Zara's power, if you're curious, is still well above ours, because we haven't increased ours. In terms of espionage spending, I'm not spending anything on Wang Khan, because he's, like, dying right now. Zara has still outspent us a lot on espionage. He's spent an insane amount. Mansa Musa, we'll be able to see his research relatively soon. Mansa spent a lot less than us on espionage. If you're curious about the espionage stuff, where's Zara? We've spent 16,000 on him. We spent 19,000 on him. He spent 16,000 on us. But he's also spent 26,000 on Mansa Musa and 24,000 on Wang Khan. So he spent like just absurd amounts of espionage in this game. So it's a good thing he did, because otherwise, if you had put that into like research instead, I mean, think of that. That would have been kind of nasty. Anyway, why don't you come up here and actually, two of you can build a cottage on that tile. We were connecting up here to Wendy's, I think. So we have that. I already have that railroaded. Okay. And so this is already... So you guys can start coming up here. Start building this next rail connection up here. Or maybe you guys can go over here east to Marseille. And some other guys can head in like the northwest direction. All right, did we get this railroaded? Yes, so onto this tile. Oh, I guess that's as far as we could move that turn. Well, I think the one desert was a product of global warming. Maybe I'm wrong. We had global warming hit one tile so far. So are there any tiles we need to... Oh, there's a mine here. We can improve the yield of the mine, so let's do that. Where are we now? We're on a new part of the map. Okay. You guys are connecting over this way. Because we need to make that connection. Yeah, it takes a long time to do the map because so much of the map is tundra or ice. Like, it takes a long time to build the railroad since it takes an extra turn for almost everything. 3 turns instead of 2. Anything else beyond that mine? No. It's like just trying to check to see if any other tiles needed there. Oh, line. There we go. All right, and we have one more missionary that was on its way. All right. Researching plastics. Again, we're going to grab plastics. We'll try to build the Three Gorges Dam. Very, very expensive wonder, but if we get there first, we should get it, barring something weird happening. So we don't have to worry about coal power. Thank goodness. And then we may have to go to mass media for the extra happiness, but we'll see. We'll see. Just because there's so little happiness on this map. But I'm thinking plastics, and then we'll do computers. Superconductors build the labs, and while they're building the labs, we'll backtrack for Apollo program. And then maybe we'll do genetics and then fusion. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Supermarket done. All right. Well, why don't you do the university, since we'd actually get a benefit from that. A few more beakers. Okay, in Hidden Valley, you don't have anything to build now, so you can just go back onto wealth. Public transportation. Might as well do this. It's slightly better yield. And it's appropriate because that's our Hindu holy city. All right. Back on to wealth for now. All right. Now this, I think, might be the city to do ironworks in. Because this is just such a strong city in terms of production. Yeah, it's already base 55 production, and it can theoretically grow onto 6 more for base 61. Or base 62. Like, that's an insane amount. Let's do ironworks here at Diet of Worms. So, I know it'll have some health issues, but again, hopefully we can get Three Gorges Dam. I don't think we're going to have to go environmentalism for health. Check on Paris. No, Paris was not quite as high. Although if I swapped a bunch of tiles around, I could make Paris maybe a little bit stronger. But I'm good with this. I don't think we're really in a race, to be perfectly honest. I'm pretty content with this. All right. So yeah, Goodyear. Yeah, Goodyear's done. Go back to wealth. The forests do help at theater forums. Yeah, the forests definitely help. Okay. Continuing to knock out the... as I said, soon in the near future, I'll connect the... also work this tile, thank you. In the near future, I'll connect the oil, because I do need to connect oil for this game. I don't know if you needed to launch the spaceship, but like, it's silly not having oil. one turning that. Yeah, base production's only 49 here. I think if I grabbed these 2 tiles, it would be close, but there's no reason to do that when I can just have that other city, which I think is like roughly comparable anyway. Okay, you already have all the stuff that gives health, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yeah. So theater and then wealth will work there. All right. We'll do those 2 and go from there. Okay. Back to the exciting task of building railroads across our territory. Railroads across Persia. Well, at least at least it's sticking in this general area for the moment. Cottage, okay. All right, where are we right now? Ah, over here. Okay, it took me a minute to reorient myself. I'll finish building out this connection over here. Meanwhile, you guys can head in this direction. You guys need to come further up north, I guess. All right, building a route through there. Boop, boop, boop. This is a map where having the forest for extra health actually means that makes a difference because there's so little health on this map. There we go. All right. What's our final shrine right now? 79. I should build one more for 80. I'll build one more so I can get the even 80, which will be a nice number to have. And besides, what else am I going to do? There we go. Okay, so we got that connection done. So now let's extend down to Port Trial, who, by the way, can we farm this? No, we can't do anything with this tile, sadly. Ah, this is the tile over here, right here. We can lumber mill this tile. Port Trial. That was the city I had identified earlier as, oh yeah, this city could actually use some help as an improved tile. All right. Oh, so Zara went back for military science. Yeah, that's an irrelevant tech. Manta does not even have assembly line yet, or biology, or electricity. So he's just like hopelessly behind. Minecon also doesn't have assembly line. So yeah, Zara's the only one who's at all comparable in tech. And he is indeed detouring to go grab stuff that doesn't really matter. You have spots to backfill. I don't think I need to build any more cities at this point. No, I'm not cutting off my deals. That dropped us down to cautious with Minecon, but Minecon seems to be on his way out of this game right now. I'll build this just to be safe, but then we'll go back over to wealth here as well. The Gems alumni in my heart. Let me take a look at that just to see. All right. I guess I'll build this. I don't want to run into more unhealthiness issues. Okay. Yeah, you don't have anything else to build. Wealth sounds good there. Public transit. Like, I don't really need to do the espionage buildings, but as I said, you might as well. It makes it harder for it makes it a little harder for the AI to spy on you in the late game. And usually that's worth the effort, just so the AI doesn't mess around with your spying. All right, yeah. Same thing. We'll just put that there. All right. Security, yeah, Security Bureau, because it's 50% defense against espionage. That's kind of the only, I agree, that's the only one that's really necessary. But, like, all right. Public transit here. Well, that's, yeah, you're pretty much done. I don't need to build much else. I guess I could do the barracks, but nah, we good. The Gems aluminum in my heartland. Where is that? Right here? I mean, like if I was desperate for land, but where would I even put a city here? What would this city even work? It would be capped at like size 3-ish? No, we don't. I mean, when we have 50 cities, we don't need to cram a city in there. I don't think I really have a lot in the way of backfill cities. I think I'm pretty much using all the stuff that's worthwhile, but anyway, yeah, Minecon is definitely in the process of dying here. I always ask if he'll spare it for a good friend. He never does. So yeah, there's not that much left over here of... somehow this city has not fallen yet. But most of the rest of the Korean core is down. Size 1, work the gems and build what? No, it's... The benefit is pretty minor. I'm sure if we were really, really trying to do an optimization exercise, that would get me another, what, 20 beakers per turn? But it's just, we have 50 cities. I think we're okay. That's my read, at least. I think we're okay. As I said, if I had like 10 cities and I needed territory, yes, but I have so many cities at this point. It doesn't feel worthwhile to me. It's just, like I said, it's just my take. All right. So like go cramming into every nook and cranny when we're already have so many cities. I already don't even want to manage them all. Yeah, stationary spy in your city works like a... I believe that's right. Well, there is also... There's a defensive spying mission, which I think is what that's a part of. Anyway, let's get you guys here. Putting down over there. Same thing. You can come here and help out. But I do appreciate the suggestions, even if sometimes I don't follow them. I do appreciate the suggestions. Now here we have one mine that we can boost in terms of tile yield. So we'll do that. Now we're back over here again. All right. Let's put a railroad on this tile. As I said, I've almost got my railroads in the places I need them. All right, meanwhile over here, we'll get that lumber mill done. Okay. So at least the aqueduct's going to finish before the city starves. Oh. Can I adjust my science slider? Maybe he wants like 100 gold per turn. He will take, okay. Okay, he's gonna keep asking for this. All right. What does he want, like 35 gold per turn? He will take that. What about 25 gold per turn? Not enough, okay. It's that extra resource. I don't want to give him more happiness. All right, he'll take this, that's fine. I was worried he was going to cut off my resource, but fortunately not. Since he's friendly, he's pretty willing to make that trade. All right. Yeah, we'll just... Actually, no. We might as well... If we're going to do... It's much cheaper to do the aqueduct. All right. This is another city that's out of stuff to build. I don't really need the industrial park. The industrial park is a lot of unhealthiness. I don't have that much to spare. And since I'm not running representation... This is one city where it might be worthwhile because this is the heroic epic city. For right now, infantry is our best unit, so I'll just have it work on this. I'll just alt build infantry for right now until there's something better. I'd like to have it do tanks, but I have to connect my what's it called? I have to build my we're up to 52 culture per turn here, pushing back the borders. I'd have to connect my oil for that, which I don't want to do just yet. Here we're going to do one more Buddhist missionary. We had to turn down the science just so we could assign a specialist. Okay, so you're not starving right now. Let's do the supermarket, because you're going to need that extra health and extra food. And right here, I guess I could work that tile, but it's not really that significant. Do the public transit, like we've been doing everywhere. A lot of hospitals, a lot of public transits. Okay, Airship Central. You can go on wealth. Actually, I think Airship Central is going to build the Three Gorges Dam. I think this is the city I'm going to do Three Gorges Dam. So let's build something super cheap because we can overflow into it next turn. What is the cheapest thing I can build? Probably a spy. Yeah, I think it's the spy. So we'll overflow from this into the Three Gorges Dam. All right. Meanwhile, over here, we should be working these tiles because we can still grow here. You can see though, like some of these. Oh, this is the Barb City. It still has "We yearn to join the motherland." Hopefully, we're not. That's why I was running the artist here, so I could get the. So I can get past the "We yearn to join the motherland." At least we're almost. We should. Once we get to 50% culture, that should disappear. So I think we're pretty close to that. This is really silly. Anyway, we also can, let's just do the market because that'll give us more happiness because we're about to lose our furs there. Anyway, all right. You just go to wealth. You can just do the espionage buildings and then we'll check back in. Not in the Ironworks City. Well, the thing is, the Ironworks City... Well, actually, I see you're right. Maybe we will just let the Ironworks finish. I don't want to spend that much money, but we might just let the Ironworks finish, I suppose. In which case, we don't need to build a spy there. Because there's nothing else nothing else we particularly need to build here. Note that we're almost break even at 100% now. So once that happens, you can start setting cities to build research. No fish, so well, no fish, but we have. Don't forget, we have one crab. So the harbor does actually do something in Crabsburg, the mighty metropolis of Crabsburg, which we still are preventing a flip in, by the way. Where was the? I was curious how close we were to getting this tile back again. Probably not that close, because unfortunately there's 2 cities pushing on this for Zara. I've never had a fish resource on this. There's like no fish on this map. Is there a fish resource anywhere? I have the crab. I have that one crab, which is actually giving me a point of health in every city on the map. I don't think there is any fish on this map. There's one. Oh, Mansa has one. That's it. There's one fish in Mansa's territory. Yeah, space is the easy. I mean, I think that this game is pretty much won at this point, so we're just trying to get the easiest, least time intensive. Could I run over the map with military? Yes. Do I want to do that? God, no. No, I do not want to run over the map with military at this point. I really do not want to do that. So, yeah. And I'll probably just do artillery because it's cheaper than flight. Even though flight unlocks airports, again, I'm not planning on fighting someone, so. Yeah. Okay. We almost got this line finished. Now we're somewhere else. Okay. And we have these cities connected as well. Or, okay, please stop jumping me around the map, you crazy game. So much map jumping all over the place. It's just very disorienting while playing to suddenly be somewhere else entirely on the map. When there's a worker like right there. Go to war for the fish. And then we'll build Sid Sushi with 2 seafood resources. Yeah, but no. Mansa is fairly weak, but yeah. The fish is so far away too, right? We'd have to get all the way over here. That would not be easy to do. We have to absorb another gajillion cities when I've already got so many cities. I already don't really know what to do with them. Okay, did we get that improved? It looks like we did. There we go. Oh, no, railroad's not done yet. Almost done. Now it's done. So now we'll road down here to Winne. Now we're somewhere else again. I've almost got the red, like 70% of the way there on the railroad stuff. So now that's connected. And then this will help us out, connect that. Okay. All right. Is there a way to show rail connections as opposed to... I don't think there's a way to show rail connections, is there? As opposed to... What the heck is this? Oh, it's a water tile. I was like, is there a way to show just roads, rails? But I don't think there is, as opposed to both. Anyway. Orphan fish. What they mean is orphan fish is a city that can't work the fish tile itself. Uh-oh, we lost our fur. Oh yeah, we lost our fur.
Say one word to you, just one word. Plastics.
Okay, on to computers. We'll see if any cities actually got unhappy as a result of that. Okay. Okay, security bureau. Where are we? Oh, we're Zarabate. Okay, I was like, where are we again? Oh, misclick. Okay. All right, so you are solid on health for the time being. So let's try to do some of our econ buildings that were left over here. All right, you're solid. So, oh, we got the hydro, right, we have the hydro plants as a build option now. I'm noticing them popping up in everybody's cities. That is an expensive wonder. This poor city, Schlieffenplan. All right. So we'll finish the ironworks. It doesn't look like any city is unhappy, is it? Do we have unhappy? Okay. Deer Space. Oh, Deer Space 9 has got an unhappy face. That's the only one. Deer Space 9, which is our heroic epic city, is the only one that has an unhappy face. So Deer Space 9, obvious thing we'll do. We'll just build. We'll just do 2 temples in here because it's easy enough to do. All right, so that wasn't so bad. We'll see if anyone goes for mass media. I'm not going to research it. If Zara researches it, I'll trade for. If Zara researches it, I'll trade for the Hollywood resource, but I don't really care. So, what was the resource we were trading for? We were trading for. What was the deal we had going? We were trading we were trading 4 furs. That's it. We're trading 4 furs, so we can't get the yacht. So now we can't. We were trading 4 furs, so yeah, no. It wasn't a resource we had. And obviously we can't trade for furs anymore because they went obsolete according to our tech. Okay. All right, anyway. All right, we need to just convert a city to Buddhism so we can get an even 80. And we'll just go to this one because this is the closest city. Actually, I want to go to a city that has fewer religions in it because it'll be more likely I'll succeed on the dice roll. Well, it looks like everything has like 3 religions in it, so okay, whatever. Looks like everything has 3 cities in it. This one does not. It takes about the same time to get over here too. Okay, we'll go over there. Where are we? Where on the map are we? Here we are, Angi. Okay. Like a northern and southern railroad running through here. Okay. So here, sigh. We need to go up here. We'll just about run that railroad through. Yeah, next turn your full mat's 100% research and gaining gold. I know, but when we finish the research labs, we will have to, at superconductors, we'll have to drop down a bit again so that we can build the labs in every city. That's fine, though. Ooh, I guess we didn't have enough movement points to get up there. Not a big deal. We are not exactly hurting for worker turns at the moment. Okay. And up through here now. All right. Over here. Where are we? All right, we're almost up to the old Paris, which is now on the edge. Which I don't believe has like any hill tiles at all. Yeah, it's all basic tiles. What is that green icon next to the axe when you have workers selected? I think it's the forest preserve or plant far. I'm not sure. Hold on. The green icon next to the axe. Plant forest. Okay, it must be plant forest then. We can finally see Mansa Musa's research. Okay, Mount Buddy. Get the public transit. All right. We still had a university to construct here. Transit and fortune. Okay. So you just have the espionage buildings here. This poor little city is very sad. This is a very sad city. Check back in a little bit after that. I mean, we're making a lot of espionage points, right? We're making 1,100 per turn right now. That's an awful lot. So we can see Zara's research. We're still not even close to getting city visibility on him, though. We need like 40,000 or something on that. Mansa, we might get city visibility eventually. I'm only putting a quarter of my points into Mansa. I'm just content to see his cities, or see his research, excuse me. All right, yep, so we can just, ideally we just research at 100% rate from now until the end of the game if we can manage it. I don't know if we'll be able to, but having that shrine definitely helps. We get 1 billion pop-up messages every turn. Oh yeah, we still have to improve this oil too. That tile is a immature cottage. We can at least railroad this so that we'll be able to connect it. I mean, I could connect it right now, let's be clear, but I didn't want to pay the health penalty to do so. Alright. Railroads. Railroads, railroads. There is actually a mine up there. Oh my god. Stop it, game, please. Just stop it. Now we're over here. It's like I got to keep track of like 5 different things the workers are doing at any one time. All right, now there was... I don't think I can do anything to improve this tile, no, sadly. Because like that's a tile that could work, but there's just... It can't be improved. Because it's a stupid tundra tile. Yep, we're just constantly on a different part of the map, aren't we? Literally constantly somewhere else. Alright, anyway. Okay. I think we're just about at the point where I can tell the workers to just auto-build railroads. Because I think I've got just about all the critical stuff connected together. Like, if I had to start moving soldiers, I could do it. Place a workshop south of Winna. South of Winna. Winna's over here, right? Yes, I could put a workshop there. That's true. Good call. And then we could fire one of these specialists. Yep. I think that's right. I think that's right. Okay, cool. Thanks for the suggestion. If Zara attacks, am I stronger? Well, hopefully we won't have to find out. I think if I put all my cities to building military... And no, you're dying. I'm not joining your war. I think if I put all my cities to military, I'm stronger. I think at the moment his military is bigger. Jewel Lake. Managed to construct almost all the infrastructure in the game. Look, I mean, this crummy piece of land is 80 beakers per turn, which is very nice. All right. So we were able to build some temples for extra happiness. And now we will go back to building these guys because I don't have oil connected for tanks. Okay, you cannot get any more health in here at the moment. Alright, ironwork's done. We now get a lot of production in here, so only 11... Okay, 11 turns for 3 gourd stam is not bad. And we should definitely work this tile, I think. I mean, it's... Okay, so yes, it's one production less. 170 versus... Oh, actually, okay, it's 3 production less. But it doesn't affect the ETA. And this will let us grow a little bit faster onto this tile. Yeah, we'll grow a little bit faster there. Marines are better than infantry. I mean, they're a little bit different in their role. Marines are an offensive unit. I would rather build infantry now because if I did get in a fight, they could be city defenders. When the units I actually want to build are tanks, but I don't have tanks. I can't build tanks yet. So I'd rather build the defenders now, and then I'll just build tanks later if I have them unlocked. All right, I don't know if the bank's going to be very useful because I'll do the harbor for the point of health and the trade route bonus. We can come right back here next turn. Anyway. So you are not currently unhealthy, but you will be. So we probably need to do this and then this. Oh my god, I actually... I forgot I was building the cannon up here. Well, that's amusing. Okay. We just built a cannon. Okay. Still doesn't have an aqueduct either, Tro. Well, we'll be back there soon enough to check. Okay, you don't have anything important you need to build at the moment. I mean, you can do like a temple just to make sure we have a little bit spare room on happiness. Okay. So I'm going to take a group of workers. Give me like... Cancel. Okay, I don't know what your problem is, you guys. Just give me like all the workers that are right here. Have you guys go to sleep. And where's the one that's... Here we go. Build trade network. We're going to start using this. Build trade network. So this will just cause them to connect things together. Although, won't this cause them to connect the... Won't this cause them to connect the oil even if I don't want it connected? So I don't know if I can do that just yet. I'd like to get the Three Gorges Dam built or genetics researched before I do that. Okay. So I can't quite do that yet. All right. So you know what we'll do? We're just going to put all these guys to... We'll just put all these workers to sleep, and we'll wake them back up again. And put them on the automate option. Like I said, I'll have all my... I'll connect the oil immediately, and then they can just run around building roads. Yeah, infantry's better against lower tech units. Marines are, of course, good against machine guns. All right. I'm not going to delete you, Cannon, even though you were just a waste of, like, 1 gold per turn. I'm still going to leave you there. The cannon, that could. All right. So we should be able to play these turns a lot faster now that I'm not running workers around. We got the military rail net built. I think we're good.
Never trust a computer you can't throw out a window.
All right. Super Ganache is only a 2-turn research. Okay, cool. So then we'll build a whole bunch of these. All right. You are actually at the health cap despite being only size 5. We have a lot of pollution in our world. Hey, Horse Gambit finally has some food to spare. There's the internet. The internet's not going to do anything. Maybe I'll just build it for fun. I should probably build it to deny it to the AI in one of my cities, but I can use one of my better cities for that. All right. You at South Park. I'll have to go back and check. You can probably build the coal. Actually, if we're building Three Gorges Dam, there's not much point in building this, is there? Because it's going to be obsolete pretty soon. Oh my god, what is this? It's like, would you like a ton of spy specialists? I was like, no, I would not actually. And you don't need happiness because you already have so yeah, you're another. Actually, you know what? Why don't you just do the internet? You're not like good enough to do you're not good enough to do spaceship parts, but you're still like pretty good city. So you're a good you seem like a good target to put that in. All right. Now we have at the health and happiness cap right now. So I think you need to do a Hindu temple and then probably an aqueduct just to keep you like covered for the time being. All right. Security Bureau. You are also unhappy, but we have a temple for you to build. I'll take care of that. So many cities. Yeah, you're also at the happiness cap, so let's just do the cheap temple. It helps that I have these extra religions, so I can get extra happiness in some of these. All right, you have almost everything you want. So, for right now. All right, well, There goes our there goes our missionary. South Park. So it was South Park we wanted to look at. South Park, where is? Isn't that one of my older cities? Oh, well, that's not a great sign for Mr. Wang Khan over there. Maybe I can have my missionary go check that out. Bottom right, thank you. I still can't find it. There it is, okay. Oh yeah, the city can't grow, so there's not much point, is there? The city's it can't grow, so there's very little point. That's right. Agreed. We should just do the aqueduct because that's cheaper. Okay. The city spent all this time doing a coal plant only for it to like go obsolete shortly thereafter. All right. You did the public transit. I mean, I'll put you on wealth as well because I'm one turn away from being able to build the labs. Alright, so you also built everything you needed. Boy, it's going to be annoying going through all these cities next turn. Well, you are hurting on health, aren't you? Oh, we can do the apothecary. Oh, we don't have the apothecary yet. Well, we'll grab that then. Also, okay, seriously, I don't want to work these tiles, but I also don't want the city to starve while I'm building this. Yeah, you also build the wealth. At least we can build up wealth this turn. All right. No! My 80th religion spread. It's okay. We'll build another one. No, I want that 80th city with my religion. This looks like, yeah, this looks like there's not much left. Wait, didn't I just... Oh, it was captured back again. It was taken back. Taken back by Korea, at least temporarily. Yeah, Wang Khan counterattack. Alright, so Zara's on rocketry. That's kind of nice. He's actually discounting this tech for me. Oh, some of these techs a little bit. Because it's a little bit cheaper to research if he already knows the tech. I guess if Manso researched it and I built the internet, I could get it for free, but that's unlikely. Delay Zara as much as... I mean, you can see Zara's cultural victory is going absolutely nowhere. Alright, so now we can do the labs.
The feeling that power is growing and that resistance is overcome.
Unfortunately, that's the Sid reading quote instead of the Leonard Nimoy one. Forgot the labs also give unhealthiness. Oh, well. That's why we're trying to solve this problem. Okay, so we do want genetics, but I also want to make sure I can start building these parts. So I'm going to now do artillery into rocketry. You're also about to see what a big difference all the wealth builds make for the economy. All right. You will be starving if I do a lab here, won't I? But I could fire a pre-specialist to work. So, all right. And I'll also get more health soon enough. The labs are also quite expensive, but rather, well, yeah, that's fine. I was going to say I'd rather build that than anything else. Zara is still substantially above us in terms of power, for anyone who's curious. Yeah, we'll do the lab. It's pretty much just going to be labs everywhere. Like I said, I don't actually need like the espionage buildings. They're just kind of for funsies more than anything. Okay. I'll just do the library. It's very cheap. Okay, you're set for the time being. All right. Now we get the... Here we go again. All right. There we go. Off. fact you can make it there in 4 turns is actually kind of wild. Railroads let you move stuff really fast. All right. We'll just go through our city list one at a time. What's it? Is there a hotkey for this? Wait, why are we starving? Oh, because it grew a size. Well, this is actually like unavoidable starvation because there's no tile I can produce that has any yield on it, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, it'll just starve off the specialist, so that's like whatever. It doesn't actually matter. Use F1. How does that make things faster, though? Oh, you can. I didn't even realize you could do that. Okay. You know, I've actually been playing Civ. I've been playing Civ 4 for 20 years. I actually did not know you could do this. So, okay. I didn't know you could just get the little production queue. That's extremely helpful. And I wish I had known that when I wish I had known that years earlier. Because that would have been very helpful to know earlier. Thank you for that. They can eat oil. They can eat the oil. Looks like some of these cities also have spy specialists. It's true. I could have also sorted by what they were producing. True. Well, we got a lot of labs in production. So that's a, you know, that's a thing. So note that instead of making money, now we're losing 800 gold per turn. I just want to let this run through the production queue. And deer space. You don't produce a lot, but I'd still rather have you do this. You don't produce a lot of beakers, but you do produce some. Captured right back by Ethiopia again. Just getting CNN updates here of the ongoing fighting. Get an airship. I mean, we could if we wanted to. If we really wanted to see what's going on, we could send an airship over there. Alright, yep. It's pretty much all labs right now. No, we actually have, like, nothing else. If you want me to, I'll send a airship over there. Because I believe you can rebase to any friendly city. Hey, whoa, we popped a source of gold? Whoa, holy cow. That's a huge bonus to our happiness everywhere. There's literally not a single gold anywhere on the map. Nice. Also, not so nice working. Not so nice working as spy specialist, but still. Rename it to Klondike, yeah. Which city was it that did that? Rems? We hadn't even named this city yet. It's literally the only gold in the entire world. Okay. There we go. We'll just rebase here. If you want to get a view of what's going on. Actually, we'll rebase the whole little stack here. There we go. War correspondence.
Artillery adds dignity to what would otherwise be a vulgar brawl.
Alright. Put you on wealth for right now, because not many cities are building wealth. Alright. Again, no point in building the coal plant right now, because we're going to get the... We'll just do the library. You're a very sad city. We just want stuff that's going to increase our science output, which is what the labs obviously do. Streamer's luck. Again, a very, very sad city here. Alright, so you, Leon, you're now done. You don't really have anything else to build unless you want spaceship parts, so we can put you on just like science now. Very good city, but there's nothing else we need to build here. All right, what is it? R for recon mode. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Wait, did I still had them grouped together, didn't I? Okay, what's going on the war front? So Zara's, you know, he's using tanks. I'm not eager to. All right, here's a stack of his. I'm not exactly eager to fight this guy when his, you know, his military still, not culture. His power still looks like this. I mean, he's not really behind in tech. We have the same stuff. I don't really want to fight an AI who has like 50 cities on a map like this. I know I could win, but it would take hours. I don't want to do that. I could definitely beat him to space. Anyway, it looks like a bunch of those labs are about to start finishing, so here's hoping. 6 turns to the 3 Gorgeous Dam finishing. Airship Central will be able to build Apollo program. All of it do that. If you turn on minimize pop-ups, okay. I have heard that before. All right, so now we can start getting a little bit more in the way of money back here again. All right, there's the lab. We're losing 1 food per turn for the moment, so that'll stabilize you. This poor city can't get its tiles back. Yeah. As I said, a number of these cities can now go back over to wealth. At least until we start building spaceship parts, which we're going to start doing soon. Oh, Airship Central. Why? Why Airship Central? Again, these hydro plants are going to help a lot, but I'm not going to waste time building one when I get them for free soon enough. And hey, look at that. All of a sudden our economy is back to not losing hundreds of gold per turn. Yeah, please, no. Alright. Yeah. University. Library and Porschlieffen plan. You could use... Oh, you're going to get more health soon enough. That'll be okay. Alright, lab. There we go. Alright, on the edge. Yeah, why are you working a spy specialist? What the ever-loving, you know what? Yeah. Alright. So it's a little bit better war reporting, this screenshot here. Oh, hey, look, here's our missionary. Just got here at the time. So if you want to know how many units Zara has just visible from what we can see, he has 70 infantry, 23 tanks running around just in this little corner. That doesn't count what's in his core. I'm not eager to fight that, you guys. How much it would take to cash rush 3 Gorgeous Doors? I mean, not that much, but we're guaranteed to get it because nobody else has plastics tech yet. 4,300. There wouldn't be much point in cash rushing it because Zara went for artillery rocketry. He doesn't have plastics yet. Now we went for satellites. So like he doesn't have plastics tech, so he can't build it even if he wants to. If you look at his techs, so he doesn't have it yet. So we're in no particular rush here. Now the one that's good to cash rush is you can cash rush the space elevator, but the space elevator is actually robotics is actually not necessary to launch the spaceship. So we might not build that. We might not get that at all. I'm happy to just skip that. Because like once we finish rocketry, again, we'll have one of our cities build Apollo program, which I think we'll do Airship Central. Does it have a lot of overflow? It has like no overflow, so we'll do the spy so we can get some overflow. Yeah, we'll do the spy so we can get some overflow. So we'll build that. Okay, someone just stole it. We'll be able to check who stole it. All right. So next up. We said we want to do genetics because we want that +3 health in all cities. And then we'll go to fusion after that. So we'll probably go ecology. Wait, no, never mind. Ecology is a dead end tech. We'll probably go fiber optics fusion after this. And yeah, we can probably finish today. Yeah, genetics then fusion. We're thinking along the same lines. That it's always good for me when there's someone else who knows what they're doing, like Zalson, and like we independently come to the same conclusion, I always think that that's a good sign as far as how to make it through this tech tree. All right. So yeah, Hidden Valley can grow onto that tile, and then it's done with its growth. Okay, observatory. Again, not much point in this. We'll do this. Just do the university. And there's very little point in building banks right now because we're running 100% science like all the time. So we don't really need like banks at this point. All right, on to Apollo program. 9 turns. Okay. How expensive is Apollo program? All right, that's like roughly equivalent to the most expensive spaceship parts. Okay. So that's not so bad. It's probably Zara who stole plastics. It is possible it could have been Mansa Musa, though. All right. Did we finally get rid of the... How do we still have this? It's 57% Persian. How do we still have +3 we yearn to join the motherland on happiness? That's so bizarre. That's definitely a bug. There's no way that's intended. Anyway, though, we built the lab, right? Yes, we built the lab. So now we can just knock out some of this other stuff. We'll do the customs house just because, even though I don't really need to. Okay, lab done here. Once I'm done the Apollo program, I can start building some of the spaceship parts. But we don't have that done yet. Okay, lab done in Klondike. You are also out of stuff to build for the time being. I'm not worried about this starvation. We're going to get health back really soon here. All right, I don't need you though. Sorry, Spy, I don't actually need you. Okay. All right. So we watch. This is like now we're back to playing AI Survivor again. Now we're back to playing AI Survivor as we watch the tanks roll through. Oh my god. No! I can't get my final Buddhist city. We'll try a different... Maybe we'll send them to a different city. Incheon, for whatever reason, does not want to convert. Yeah, this city has 1 cannon and 1 Hwacha. So that city's doomed. Oh, man. I'm like, why doesn't this city want to convert? Oh, well. Somehow it didn't die? I don't understand that. Apparently not. Okay, so Greenland is done. This doesn't have enough production to be a spaceship part viable city, so it's just finished. Also, I realized that I should probably start setting cities to build science instead of wealth at this point, because we're already positive at 100%. So yeah, some of them can start going over to science building when they're done. Alright, I will have you do these just because I like building things. But yeah, you don't really have anything else to do, so you can build science. Alright, eyes in the sky, on the case. I don't know how that city survived, but somehow it didn't get attacked. I guess he was waiting for this stack to move up, I suppose. All I can think of. Alright, but as you guys know, we will need to build another missionary so we can try again. Yep, coming along here. 3 gorgeous down, 3 turns. Almost there. We're close to getting it in 2 more turns, but not quite. And then genetics is going to help with all that health. We're good on health here. Let's just do the Security Bureau. Yeah, this is the one city that is unavoidably starving. We can't do anything about it. So we don't need more health because we're never growing here. We don't need anything else, so you can also get us more beakers. All right, there's the Buddhist missionary. I'll try to float like a couple hundred extra gold in extra savings. Great, okay. Well, here's where all our calves are located. They've just been hanging out resting on their laurels for some time now. There's no point in the power plant because we're about to get finished soon. Three Gorges Dam. If it works the way I expect it to. Alright, we're going to try again. You know what? No, we're going to convert this city. I swear we're going to convert this city. We're trying again. Alright. Well, that time it was screwed. There we go. Now our world map's been updated. All right, how many? There's still one city. Oh, does Zara not have open borders with Mansa Musa? No, he does. He's just taking his AI survivor time to run a stack up there. Okay, so we can see Mansa's research. He just finished a tech this turn, and he hasn't decided what his next tech's going to be. Okay, so how many cities are left? 1, 2. There's 3. Just 3 down here. And then there's that one up in Mansa's territory that's going to take a while to go get. Huh. Pretty wild. All right. Sadly, the Apollo program is a project, so we can't rush it to completion. There was a time in Civ4's history where you could rush by the spaceship parts, but I don't believe you can do that anymore. Pretty sure. Spaceship launched delayed 8 turns to build missionaries. Something like that. Anyway. So yeah, we have a lot of cities that are pretty high production. Where's our production list? Uniforms 179. Yeah, like this is pretty fast for spaceship. We have about 5 or 6 cities that are all pretty spaceship capable. And I'll be able to assign more specialists once we get the health in. Anyway, we just got the health from genetics, which is very nice, considering how health starved we've been the whole game. Enter the future era, which is the same logo as the modern era, by the way.
Soon it will be a sin for parents to have a child which carries a heavy burden of genetic disease.
All right, so on to fusion. Oh, what's the prerequisite tech we're missing here? Fission. Okay, we didn't have fission. All right, we did the lab. We'll just do the security bureau. Having cooked goose. All right, yeah, you're fine on everything. I don't care about that. I guess I'll build these. I guess. By the way, we still can't explain how bows work. Zara does have open borders with Mansa, I just checked. I was curious as well. We'll check back here in a couple turns. All right. Yeah, so now that I'm putting more cities on build research, you can see that number starting to climb. Plus we're building labs as well. All right, 1 turn for 3 Gorgeous Dam. Now finally our empire is very healthy. I think just about yeah, we have hardly any cities that are now losing health. We still have some, but oh wait, health. Yeah, here we go. Still have some, but not that many. So hopefully this 3 Gorges Dam will help solve that problem too. Wang Khan has adopted bureaucracy. Poor guy. Oh, Zara just burned a turn in anarchy, going to police state. So war weariness must have been pretty bad for him. That's good. Just a turn where he's not advancing his tech is nice. Not that he's likely to beat us. Again, we're still friendly with him, so he still can't declare war on us. Actually loves us for our religion. We're never able to go free religion in this game for that reason. Do we get a Wonder movie? I guess we haven't gotten to that city in the city cycle yet. All right, yeah, you can just do this. Wendy's. Here we go. Since this is a wonder from the expansion, I have not seen that. I rarely build this wonder. It just comes very late. And of course, it only affects cities on the same continent, so on a bunch of maps, it's not that good. Plus, it was only added in Beyond the Sword, I think. So it wasn't in the base game that I played more games of. I played a lot of games of the base game before the expansions came out. Alright, so did that solve the help? So do we need to, like, remove our coal? Is there like a way we can get... Oh, no, no, no. This is from, is this from the Ironworks? I think that solved the problem, right? I don't know. I'd have to double check. Oh, yeah. Zara will never declare on us. So we need to build the lab here now, which we can one turn because we have a lot of production here. It looks like we have more health. Yeah, yeah, we have +3 health now. So that's, yeah, now we can grow onto that eventually. And the city will cap out at 60 base, or 62 base production. 3 gorgeous damage from the base game. I thought that was expansion. Oh well, I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, it looks like now we have more health room here. Unfortunately, we are still having Yearn to Join to the Motherland on happiness for who knows what reason. So that's weird. But anyway. Security Bureau. Okay, so you're done. You don't need anything else. So we'll switch you over to these. In Inner Mongolia. All right, so this city now can stop working those and work a specialist instead of working these awful tiles because we've solved the health issues in here. Yes, we don't need to build the coal plant. We already have power. That's so cool. Like, it's so rare to have that situation. So there's not much left here. Not much left down here. Yeah, there's these 2 cities in the south, and then there's, I guess, that one holdout up there. Longer it takes Zara, though, the better. All right, so how close are we to finishing? Apollo program is 5 turns. As soon as Apollo program is done, we can build the thrusters. And I think that's the only parts we can build right now, but that's good. They're not that expensive, but there are 5 of them to do. So, yeah, a little bit annoying. Oh, and we have the, that's right, we also have the stasis chamber, which is one of the more expensive ones. Although it's not highlighting the details of it for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't quite know why. All right. I mean, we're right around the 4,000 beakers per turn. That's like when you're hitting critical mass. You just get through the tech tree really fast. Even though this is a large map where the map is bigger. Shaka bait. Yeah, you don't. I guess you can do this building, I guess. Best boreal boy. And you have actually finished all the science buildings here at this poor city. It's like very cramped here. And you've got everything I need. I'm not going to take the effort to build the industrial parks. And remember, I'm not even running representation, so it's not clear that it's that good. This has been a uni-suffrage game. The coal and healthiness comes from the factory. Gotcha. Gotcha. And I do need the factory. So we can now connect our oil, I think, now that we finish both these. I should wake up the workers and do that. Oh, Fortune, you've like done all your infrastructure. That's cool. So here we can still need, I guess, the lab, because beakers are like the only thing we care about right now. Don't really need to do this, but it's fun to watch where they're. Okay, where's the AI going now? I guess. Oh, okay. Wanson does have a stack going towards it. Oh, well, that didn't take long. All right, 3rd time. Surely we can't fail 3 dice rolls in a row here. There we go. I was like, surely we can't fail 3 dice rolls. All right, so these are going to come down here, and this city has a rifle and a crossbow and a longbow defending it. Oh boy. Right, yeah, recycling center is pretty bad, unfortunately. It's really not that good. Okay. So, yes, I was going to wake up the workers and connect my oil and then tell the others that they could go on automate auto patrol or whatever. Now there's one up here, right? Oh, we still need more workers for that? I thought I had enough workers. I guess it's partly because it's on an ice tile. I guess it's because I'm on an ice tile. It's really hard for them to build it. Jeez, how many workers does this take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 workers here. Did we finish it? Okay, we did. Yeah, it looks like it added 1 unhealthiness. It's like I have 10 workers on this tile. Alright, so all the other workers. Is there a way to get to all the workers real fast? Just my workers, please. Okay, and which command is it? It's not build improvements. I don't want that. Build trade network. Build trade network N. There they go. Where the heck are they going? Who knows? Who the heck knows where they're going? I don't trust the AI to automate. I don't trust them with automation. But they're gonna run around doing stuff. The only reason I'm doing this is because the game is late enough that it doesn't matter anymore. As I said, I don't trust them at all, but I'm paying you guys, go do stuff. Alright, these guys are mostly working. Just trying to see if there's... Alright, and here's another batch of guys standing around. I'm kind of curious what the heck they're even going to do. Looks like they're going to connect resources first, I think, and then just build railroads. Well, they'll be zipping around doing stuff. Now we can almost finish fiber optics in 1 more turn. Doesn't really matter though. We're mostly waiting on the Apollo program to finish now. Okay, you have enough health, so you still haven't done your lab yet. Okay. All right, guys. Go build things. Apparently. All right, Wansan still hanging in there, but for how much longer? Go, 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 workers, go, 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 go. Off they go. Railroads under construction. Oh yeah, and now Deer Space 9 can spam tanks. Yes, thank you. Again, I don't think it's going to be that necessary, but let's at least start building the tanks, shall we? How far away is that Apollo program? Okay, it's almost done. So again, part of the motivation for doing all this is just so we can speed the game up so it's faster, which is, I think, what we've managed to do. These turns are now going by pretty quickly. Considering it's almost turn 400 in this game. Again, the tech base was just super slow because the map was so brutally rough. Just there was no way things would move at like a normal game's pace. Ooh. There they go. What are they gonna do? I don't know. Build railroads, I think. Go build railroads. Alright, here comes 1 tank. Can probably hold off 1 tank, but sooner or later more of them will show up. Alright, well, that was fast. So, Apollo program. They're just gonna, build railroads and connect resources. Yeah.
There is a single light of science, and to brighten it anywhere is to brighten it everywhere.
Okay. Library here. Oh, are you starving again? Okay. You are somehow managing to lose health despite everything. So why don't you build a supermarket? You will not starve before that finishes, which is all I care about. Alright, Wansan is still alive for 1 turn longer, has 1 rifle remaining. And we build Apollo program this turn. So then we're going to start queuing up spaceship stuff. Look, Airship Central will be able to grow onto this tile, and then its final growth at 16, size 16, can take that tile. Very nice city. Pretty hard to get cities much above base production, around 50 to 60. I mean, you can in exceptional circumstances, but it's pretty rare. This is not one of my best cities, so it just goes on research. Actually, you know what? No, build culture. Yeah, let's just build culture here. You don't need health or happiness, so you're okay. All right, lab here. I'll check back in on you in a couple turns. Lab here. I don't think we're ever going to be at I don't think we're ever going to be at anything other than 0% science. I don't think I need the bank. But you can do this. And it's worth a small amount. All right, Apollo program. So you are going to do the stasis chamber because that's very expensive. Or actually, you should do. We can have the. Oh, we actually built the internet. Also, a wonder I very rarely build. Very rarely build this wonder. I love that the game Civ4 uses a picture of Al Gore for the internet. It's such a stupid joke, but I love it. Anyway, we actually are gonna get. Oh wait! There it is. We are no longer barbarians that refuse to understand how to fire a bow. Alright, anyway, so that's, yeah. We're now caught up on tech. No longer do we have to worry about that. Actually, we might need another city or two on wealth, because we're going to be pulling some of them off wealth to do spaceship builds. YouTube videos that explain archery. It makes total sense. We watched like a 15-year-old tell us how to shoot a bow and arrow on YouTube. All right, somehow Wansan still hasn't died yet, but it has one rifle, so it's going to die on this turn. It actually did something, right? Yeah, now if you look at tech, if someone got satellites, or if Mansa Musa researched fascism or military science, we'd pick them up. We do need satellites to launch the spaceship, so we will be going for that eventually. I don't think he can research military science, so if he wanted to, he could get that. He's researching biology, though. And Zara went for flight, which again is not needed to launch the spaceship. Okay. All right, what are our best production cities? Deed of Worms is our best. So Deed of Worms is going to do the expensive stasis chamber. And then we'll just go down the list picking... Okay. I can sign them from here. All right. Marseille can do thruster. Why is it resorting the list every time I do this? And On the Edge can do a thruster. Why is it resorting the list each time? And Lyon, which we have still never renamed, by the way. Also good. Oh, we also have the engines about to finish too. Well, we can do the. Actually, I should probably save some of these for the engines because they're so expensive. Well, Deed of Worms can do one. Was it an Ethiopian 15-year-old that taught you archery? Let's see. Yeah, one of these cities. I guess Airship Central should probably not do one of these. We should have it do an engine. I can probably have Deed of Worms also do one of the engines as well, because it'll finish the stasis chamber. So Airship Central, go back to your wealth for a turn. Angie is actually... Angie doesn't even have a laboratory yet. Interesting. Okay. Oh dear. And then our heroic epic city can stop building tanks. It even has some overflow to do a thruster as well. Okay, and then someone's going to need to do the cockpit, which is one of the least expensive spaceship parts. Yeah, the city Caribou. I'll have the city Caribou do the cockpit. Where is it? Oh, I'll just get it next turn then. I can't see where it is, so I'll just get it next turn. We can also now pop the Golden Age. Or we can also pop our very late Golden Age, which is going to help for sure.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Alrighty, so what do we still have to research? Not that much. Let's do composites so we can build the composites. Just because there's 5 of them. Oh, I guess we have to do... And then we'll finish with ecology. Okay. Here we go. Well, here it is. Alright, so we're going to do the cockpit here. You can see how expensive that... The engine is literally double the cost of the cockpit. You can see it's a very expensive thing to build. Alright. And then Airship Central is going to do... Engine... Also, no, just no. I need to... Also, let me check these spaceship cities to make sure that they're not working stupid specialists, because some of them probably are. Somehow, Wansan has not died yet. I don't quite understand that. But anyway, here we go. Here's our late game 4-man Golden Age. This is perfectly timed to give us 12 more turns of Golden Age production and research, but it's more of the production at this point. There we go. So we go over 5,000 beakers per turn. All right, so cities here. Yep, that looks good. Let me see. I'm just going to zoom out. Spaceship parts. Cities that are actually building spaceship parts. All right. Marseille. Yep, I figured we might have something like this. Just so you guys are not being idiots. So now we do want the engineers. Just so we can... Yeah, I actually shaved a turn off finishing that. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, the core of Napoleon actually had some really good territory, so I'm not surprised some of the best cities are there. Deer space, just make sure it doesn't... Not doing something dumb, which it absolutely was. There's probably an automation command for this, but I don't mind checking a couple of these things. I just have 2 more to do. Okay, that looks good there as well. And here. Okay, looks good. And then we'll grow onto that tile. Okay. There we go. Okay, looks good. So in terms of building parts, if we sort the list. So we have an 8-turn engine there. Angie will also be able to build a part as well. But we'll do the stasis chamber into the other engine at Diet of Worms, and then we can fill in... Basically, all the cities that are doing thrusters can do casings, and someone can do the docking bay. I don't know. Someone can do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we don't have too many more turns. Probably be done shortly after turn 400 here. Maybe even a little bit sooner than that. All right, lab done. You are not building the engine there. Yeah. Just help me get to the next text a little bit sooner. Yeah, we don't need to... sure, whatever. Angie, you are going to build the next part, I think. Because, yeah, you have 62 base production, and I can move some of these guys over to... I can move a guy over to an engineer. You know what actually I want you to do? I want you to build a temple, and then I can run priest specialists, because they... Oh, no, wait, never mind. I was going to say, well, we had Anchor Watt obsolete, but I can still run a priest specialist. All right. Oh, wait. I wanted to work that oil tile. Also, no. Just no. Intelligence agency. Okay. Has the city fallen yet? Out of curiosity. Somehow that AI is having trouble taking this city that has like 1 defender in it. Okay, now it's up to 2 rifles. Where is that city that had the oil in it? I want the oil. Working. Where was the... Which city was it? Oh, I think it was up here. Was it Orleans? No. This is silly, but I want to... is it over here? I think it was here. No, it wasn't Streamer's Luck. Which city is it? I will find this. Oil. It was over here, I think. No. Wait. No, that's oil is not in it. Which city was it? One of the cities wasn't working its oil tile. Was it Riverside? Riverside isn't working its oil tile. But I thought it was a different city. Ah, well, it's not worth going for. Is it up here? Is it Hindenburg? It's this one, Hindenburg. Ha, I found you. There we go. It was Hindenburg. It wasn't working the oil resource, which I'm sure my automated worker brigade ran down and connected. All right, Jewel Lake, you do not have enough production to finish one of these. You also do not have enough production to finish one of these. All right, Intelligence Agency, Lab. There we go. All right, you are going to do the docking bay. And you should be able to power through that. I don't suppose we could. No. Okay. There we go. That's fine. Oh, we're stars. Okay, we can stay there. All right. Lab done here. Poor Schlieffen plan. This is a rather sad city here. The market doesn't matter, but I'll just queue it up anyway. And Streamer's Luck. Here you go. All right. Oh, we got a great profit. We can build the Christian shrine. Now, if I had known I was going to get a profit, I could have saved the great engineer to rush a space elevator. But all right, where's the Christian holy city? Because we do control that. It's literally right here. Okay. Sure, why not? All right. I mean, was that pointless? Yes, but we might as well. Christianity is in 23 cities. That's something. I love how the holy city is in cooked goose. All right. So now we need to move our... There we go. So Zara took all but one city. Oh, he's researching advanced flight. Okay, so Zara is really on the I don't care about the spaceship path here. How are we doing on these? So I believe we're building all the spaceship parts we can at the moment. Building a whole bunch of these. Do I have any I'm not building yet? Oh, I have an engine I'm not building, but Deed of Worms is going to get that. So the only one with a long build time right now is that docking bay. That's probably going to be about the last thing to finish, unless it's the other engine. But I think it'll take about that long, even in Deed of Worms. As I said, I figure I'll be right around turn... well, we're going to have a lot of overflow here. That's good. And we're also about to grow. I wish this were Civ 3. I could like run a worker in here and merge it in to grow a population point, but you can't do that in Civ 4. This could probably be optimized better, but this will be good enough to finish quickly, and that's good enough for me. So yes, Zara is off in AI Survivor land researching stuff he doesn't need to. We're also got enough espionage points that we're starting to be able to see parts of his territory. Look at this, Lake Wobegon actually did get to the point where, look at all the infrastructure it has here. It's getting 90 beakers per turn. Like, I cannot believe how bad a city like this is. It's making 90 beakers per turn from this absolute garbage dump of a territory. What a neat city that we were able to put this together. I love being able to wring production from some of the most god-awful parts of the map possible. Alright, observatory, yeah. Supermarket, this port, I mean, this city too is like, what the heck? Now we can run another specialist here. We don't need to work those tiles. And you can just cap it size 9. Alright, you are basically done. You can just knock out those buildings. Alright, let's rebase all of these up to up here as we await as we await the completion. Alright, so stasis chamber. And then as we finish these thrusters, they'll just go straight from thrusters onto casings, which are fortunately cheaper to build. That's why it's better to do it in that order if possible. Yeah, all these thrusters can just go straight onto casings. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. And then someone will get that final part that's at ecology because it's a very cheap part.
The whole is greater than the sum of its.
Oh, we've been 1 turn ecology? Okay, well apparently we're not having any trouble researching these techs. And then maybe I can put then I can go to like 0% science and I can rush by the space elevator. I'll do robotics next after this and we'll rush by the space elevator. Just in case that helps with Unity Suffrage Gold. All right. This is one of the most useless parts of the game, clicking the add button. So we did the stasis chamber. Apparently we didn't get that for the thrusters for some reason. All right. Here we go. So the engine, this is the one that's going to take the... All right, 6 turns. That's not so bad. I'm hoping we can get this done at turn 397. Maybe. Oh, I didn't zoom to it? I forgot. I forgot that that's... I'll the next one it prompts, or I can always go back to that menu. Zoom runs like zoom to it. Another security bureau done. Yeah, you are not a strong enough city to build a spaceship part, sadly. Sorry, bud, but you're not. So yeah, you can just go into a little bit more gold for us. All right, zoom. Zoom. As I said, all the thrusters are just going to do casings now. Zoom. This is the dumbest I don't know why this is in the game. It's such a stupid thing to have. Zoom. I guess we did get to see each one of those individually, so hooray for that. Only 4 turns there. Jarvis and you know every cheesy movie has to have stuff like that, right? All right, so how much longer does Wang Khan have? Will Wang Khan survive to the end of this game is like the other remaining question. At the moment, I don't see any Zara units right outside. So, like, will he survive? So glad that the Beyond the Sword spent time working on stuff like that. No, I'm sure it's fun for some people. Okay, so what do we have left? We have we have to do the components. We have this very cheap life support, which is only 1,000 in doubles, and then we can build the space elevator, or we can cash rush the space elevator to help us out. No time to build the darn thing. Like I said, we'll probably finish 398-ish. Yeah, we can, 2 turns robotics build is pretty good. Zoom! Whoever just finished the thrusters can do that. Because, wait, do we have the docking bay under production? Do we have the life support under production? Hold on. We have this under construction, right? We have the both engines are being built. The life support or the casing? Let me see if someone else can. I want to make sure all these parts are under production. All right. All right, zoom. Deer Space 9, I think. Yeah, you're a little bit faster. You're slightly more production, so you're better to do this one. And we have all the parts. No, we have one more casing that we need to assign to a city. Well, I'm sure I can find someone to do that. Panama is decent, but I think I can... No, Panama's not strong enough. I can probably find another city that can... I thought I had another city that... It's definitely not trickle down. Or a little trickle down. Alright, yeah, you can just do this. Alright. Cockpit. Zoom. Ah, this is the city that was going to do that other thing. Oh, is there someone better than this? Because 7 turns is a little long. Hold on, let me just check to see. Caribou. Yeah, Caribou is actually down below... Oh, Draftsburg. I could have had Draftsburg work on this last turn. Because I unlocked that tech last turn. Alright. So Draftsburg should actually take over this. Where is Draftsburg? Here we go. I could have had Draftsburg start this last turn. I should have been more on that. Yeah, this is going to cost me 1 extra turn. I should have had it start this last turn. Because this is 6 turns, but I think everything else is done within 5 turns, right? Or production. No, other way. Because I believe I have everything else. Yep, this is going to cost me 1 extra turn. I could have started this last turn. And then I would have had like this super sweet setup where it all finished on like the same turn. But we might shave a turn off if we can get the... what's it called? The Wonder done. Maybe that can shave a turn off. Still. It could have been... I was like, if I had actually planned that, I could have started that just a turn earlier. And then that would have been like the super slick thing. But we'll take our 398 finish if we can't get done faster. All right. Here they come. Here they come. I mean, it is nice that we're at 5,500 beakers per turn. Also, it looks like we're going to time the Golden Age length almost perfectly because we're going to finish the last parts right as the Golden Age is ending, which is ideal. Oh no, he's dead. What the? I thought he would last a little longer. Oh well. I thought he would last a little longer. He didn't make it. Poor guy. Let's just see what managed to get up here. Something did. Oh, he landed paratroopers. I think he had paratroopers. Wait. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong city. Never mind, I'm looking at the wrong city. I was looking at the wrong city the whole time. I was like, it doesn't seem like there's that many units. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong city. There's like 50 units here. All right, so if anyone was curious, no, he did not make it to the end. Wang Khan did not make it to the end of the game. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. Anyway, I'll turn off... I'll just put all my espionage points into Zara so I can see more of his cities for funsies. Because we can actually see a decent chunk of his cities now. Anyway, well, that was a fun little diversion. Now let's click next turn until the spaceship parts finish. There we go. So at most 5 more turns. And I said we might be able to shave a turn off that. By cash rushing the space elevator. Alright, well, you know, we could also maybe cash rush the UN as well. Well, I need to raise money here. Lake Wobegon. I like this city. Got a lot of value out of Lake Wobegon. Everybody Wang content. Kill goes to Zara, turn 393. I know. Seriously. Intelligence agency done. I don't know why we're still even building stuff in some of these. Oh, we got a great engineer. Oh, well, that's good timing. That'll help us. Okay, now where can we actually build this wonder? Because it has the geographic requirement that it has to be a maximum of 30 degrees. So where is there anywhere, like where on the map can we build this? Because Wendy's is like right in the middle. Is it in the north that counts for that, or the south? Is it the south that counts for that? Where is it? Where is the equator on this map? Because what qualifies for this wonder? Does anything qualify for it? There should be somewhere on this map that qualifies for it. Because like I was trying to check different latitudes. Maybe there isn't an equator on this map. That would seem a bit harsh. I was like trying to see, because apparently there's nowhere that qualifies on this map to build this. Because we have the entire. Okay, I guess we just can't build this. We have a great engineer and we have uni suffrage. That's a good point. Go to F1, select all cities. How do I select all cities? How do I select all cities? I don't know how to do that. Control click. Okay, here we go. Apparently not. Unless I don't know if it works like that. Scroll down and shift click. Yeah, I don't think it works. I don't think I can build it anywhere. Well, that's disappointing. But you know what we can build? We can build Hollywood or the UN, I guess. So it does not appear that we can build that, which is too bad. Oh well. Like, well, screw this map. I know, right? You know what I think? I think we're going to put the United Nations in the world's greatest city, Lake Wobegon. The entire map is Canada. I know.
The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Zoom. There we go. Well, nothing we can do now. Except click out the remaining turns. Alright, there's no more spaceship parts to build. Build the Manhattan Project? No, it's okay. Zoom! So everything is finishing. I just put it on wealth builds, because why not? Alright, Lake Wobegon. You're going to build the United Nations. Here we go. And then we can cash rush that, I guess, next turn. So that we have finished the UN in Lake Wobegon. There's nothing to do except just click next turn for 3 more turns. There's like nothing crazy or extra stuff to do here.
But once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned.
Do we go for the... What do we go for? The laser poison pill?
You will long to return.
Future tech would give us extra health. I mean, we might as well... Let's see. So since we can't one turn these, we'll do fascism, and then we should have... Or this will probably give us enough overflow to one turn the next tech. Alright, yeah. Just give me the beakers at this point. There's nothing more to build. It's like we're going into the era transition in Civ 7. Alright, SS Engine. We can do Hollywood in 4 turns. The game's not going to last that long, but we can maybe cash rush it with our uni suffrage stuff. Okay, seriously. We have a lot of we have 5,700 beakers at 100% science, and we're making money at 100% science. So. Zoom! Almost done. As I said, just a couple more turns now. Good zooming skills. Oh no! We have the 10. Oh no! Get my phone and throw it across the room. No, we have to wait 10 turns for it to arrive. The single dumbest feature added in the expansions. I swear, like, why? Why would you think that's a good idea? If you can build the spaceship first, you have won the game. Why add another 10 turns after you've already won the game? It's so dumb. Oh my god. I mean, it's not like Zara's gonna win his cultural victory, but like, come on. Come on, man. You're killing me. Anyway, we'll purchase the United Nations. Just because we can. Oh my god. Such a stupid idea. Just set every single city to research.
I must study politics and war, that my sons may have liberty to study mathematics and philosophy.
Oh my god. I literally had forgotten about that. Okay. The United Head. Literally, I swear, 98% of the games you play, you're literally just going to click next turn 10 times. It's so boring. Maybe in 1 to 2% of the games, it might affect the outcome, but, like, it's just a really bad idea. It's just a bad idea. 10 turn, yeah. I know we've seen it happen in AI Survivor, like, once in a blue moon. It's just it's just really dumb. It's like, let's add another chance for the game to be... It's like, let's add one more chance or something. Anyway. It says launch. Now, is there a chance it can blow up, though, en route if we don't have all the casings? Is there, like, a 10% chance it can, like, blow up en route? I don't want to take that chance and then have to launch again. Okay. It's not worth the risk. Because as I said, I think there's a very small chance. Okay, seriously, how many cities do I have? I believe I have 50. I mean, I'm going to vote for myself. Just out of curiosity, who would... Nance is probably not voting for either of us. I do have more population than him, don't I? Yeah, I have quite a bit more population than he does. All right. On the spaceship, where's the spaceship? There is actually a spaceship screen, isn't there? Isn't there a spaceship screen? Victory conditions. Here we go, space race view. Now, it doesn't... Oh, yeah, there it is. Mission 6. I was wondering where it was. Yeah, it's not... We're not taking a 1 in 4 chance that the ship blows up just for... I actually liberated that city to Mansa. We're not taking a 1 in 4 chance that the spaceship blows up and then have to keep doing this.
With the possible exception of bad news, which obeys its own special laws.
All right, launch. Again, was any of this necessary? Was this 10-turn wait necessary? Couldn't we have just won the game here instead of now having to wait 10 turns for no reason whatsoever? All right, well, we'll just keep clicking next turn. All right. Hey, Manta voted for us. Do we have enough to win 806 votes? Is that enough? I mean, he's not going to vote for us for the victory resolution, but Diplo victory. I mean, if he did, we would actually win the game. That would be hilarious if we built the spaceship and then we win by Diplo victory. But I don't think he will. Only +5. It's unlikely he'd vote for me. The good news is even if he votes for Zara, I still can't lose the game. If other players could build a laser satellite that tried to shoot your ship.
Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth, put out my hand, and touched the face of life.
I mean, you can see we've literally researched the entire tech tree.
The great masses of the people
Stealth, game's best technology.
to a big lie than to a small one.
Yes, everyone can just build research at this point. There's no point in doing anything else. Here, people can enjoy Hollywood. Global warming strikes. Don't blame me, we're all on hydroelectric power. Riverdale, where... No sound? Interesting. I guess it's because I have the music turned off. Alright, well now we have another wonder. There we go. I don't build Hollywood that often because... I build Broadway a lot more often just because Hollywood's at a dead-end tech. So it's often skippable. Alright. Mount Rushmore. Sure, we'll build Mount Rushmore. Minus War Weariness. I'm not building the Manhattan Project. I'm not building the Manhattan Project. I don't want someone building nukes. Okay, we got another great engineer. That would have been more useful earlier in the game. Anyway, we'll see it. The workers are apparently running around railroading down here. I haven't really been watching the workers. They've been building in like an absolutely insane pattern. If you're curious where my workers are, look at this. They're not in. They're in no way stacked together the way a human would. They're just completely in insane locations. Building roads everywhere, railroads everywhere, one at a time, I guess. So apparently Riverside now has a desert. This is a rare desert floodplain, a desert river tile. Normally you only see this when someone is unfamiliar with how to use the map editor and doesn't realize that if you put a river next to a desert tile, it's supposed to become a floodplains. Happened often when we were doing our events at Realms Beyond. If there was a less experienced map maker, they wouldn't realize that you needed to turn that into a floodplains tile. I certainly made tons of mistakes with the map editor until I had spent more time messing with it. But eventually I got good enough that it's relatively hard to see my edits. Sometimes you guys catch them in AI Survivor, but I make a lot of edits there to the maps before we start that people never catch on to, because I've had a lot of time playing around in Civ4's map editor. All right, there's Mount Rushmore. Yeah. You just build research then. Sure. We'll go for the Diplo victory and vote for ourselves. That would be hilarious if I clicked on Zara right now and lost the game. Bailing railroad through the ice is punishment for naughty workers. I know.
The future will be better tomorrow.
As expected, Mansa didn't vote for me. The reason why I was willing to do that is even if he voted for Zara, he would not have won the game for Zara otherwise. But I did not expect he would vote for me. We only have +5, which is not enough to get the vote for him. Zara just incorporated cereal mills, so that means no state property for him. I mean, he's pretty far behind us tech-wise. He's like 8 or 9. He's like 8 techs behind or something like that. So, you know, he would be, he won't, his spaceship probably wouldn't arrive until like turn 435 or something. So we beat him by a pretty good margin. Actually, maybe even more than that because he's revolting again. See, he never even got close on the cultural victory. All right, so 1 turn to go as the workers continue doing crazy things. So you can see he didn't really get that close. And he only has 1 spaceship part done. All right, well, this was an entertaining game, certainly. Note that now I have visibility on like a whole bunch of his cities. Wait, what the, was that a nuke? Did somebody, I think he had a nuke melt down. Nobody built a nuclear plant must have melted down here. Because nobody built the Manhattan Project to launch nuclear weapons. He must have built a nuke plant and had it go have a nuclear accident. That's hilarious. So anyway, yeah, quite a game. I'm glad it's done, though. I'm like glad to be done with this and move on to something different. Alrighty, let's see the ending. There we go. Space race victory. It's not going to be worth a lot of points in terms of Civilopedia score, or histogram score or whatever, because this game ended on turn 408. Like ridiculously late, but it's over. Yay. It was a tough game. A bunch of times I wasn't sure we were going to win this one. Now I get to do a long write-up for this game. Hooray. I'll try to work on that this week. But it's a game that deserves a write-up, so I will put one together. Oh, it's going to take quite a few hours to do. All right, I actually didn't know if we were going to finish today, but it ended up going relatively quickly. Oh, okay. This will be interesting. So this is the starting map here. That's kind of interesting where everybody started. Like the bear map here. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, I would say this was a terrible starting position. The mountain range that we couldn't pass through to the north, the massive ice field, largest on the map, and then literally just tundra tiles. Like, there's not even plains tiles. It's all tundra and ice. Dear Lord. Zara ended up, yeah, look at Zara's land. There's a lot less tundra. And I guess Mansa did not expand. It looks like Mansa prioritized expanding this way. So Zara was kind of able to get like all of this. And then Napoleon, I would have liked Napoleon's starting position too. I think that was a much better starting position. Because like he had a plains river valley. I had a tundra river valley. Anyway, let's just see where they all went. Because like we were aware of Shaka's expansion. Thankfully, Shaka went north. I mean, he almost would have had to. What other direction could he have even gone in? I had no choice but to follow the river valleys, which is basically what I did. All right, yeah, Zara going north. Mansa went west. Charlemagne went... Yeah, oh, wow, Mansa... Okay, Mansa... Yeah, Mansa just didn't even compete for this land at all. Zara's expansion was... Look, Zara completely blocked him. Like, Mansa has 3 cities right now. Zara has, like, 9. Zara's expansion was quite good on this map. These barb cities, I think the spawning of this barb city helped me out a lot, though, because it kept Napoleon from ever being able to press to the south. And, like, that channeled him west towards Charlemagne instead of coming towards me. So I do think that barb city's location helped me. You can see I expanded up to the north, and then we raced up here to try to capture this spot. Yep. And so we kind of pinned Napoleon in to some extent on this map. Yeah, the only redeeming feature was the rivers that ran through the territory. So yeah, this is Shaka at like almost his maximum expanse. See, these barbarians kept this northwest corner from being settled for a long time, just like these barbs kept this part of the map from being settled for a long time. I mean, we also started next to 2 of the most insane AIs on the map. Thankfully, Napoleon really tore up Charlemagne. That could have been a lot... Like, the diplomacy could have gone a lot worse in this game. I still can't believe Napoleon was as successful as he was. So anyway, at this point, we've already seen Shaka start? Where did Shaka start his war? Oh, here it goes. Shaka on 1040 AD. He's already well on his way to losing his war at this point. You can see he's getting munched apart by, and then, so then we intervene right around now. Because we were running out of time to do something. Here, where do we declare war? Here it is. We declared war exactly on 1500, and we only got 3 cities, but it was super critical because we got that source of horses. Without the horses, this game would not have been doable. We also stole the kill credit, remember? Without getting those horses, this would not have been doable as a game because I needed those to run over. With that. Like, imagine if I tried to fight Charlemagne and especially Napoleon with first no knights. No, it was all calves. I used calves like the whole time, didn't I? I think I had knights and cuirassiers for the first part of the Charlemagne campaign, and then I just upgraded them all into calves as we went along. Without that, it wouldn't have been possible to do that campaign, or it would have been infinitely more difficult. So yeah, this is when I jump in, and then all of a sudden Charlemagne dies very, very quickly, and it doesn't take long before I declare war on Napoleon. Where is that? Oh, I'm waiting for the red text to appear. There it is. Oh, Napoleon declared war on Mansa Musa, and then I came to his rescue. So watch, Napoleon's going to disappear very, very quickly from this point. Munch, 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 munch. I think I look back, it was 28 turns. I captured 22 cities from Napoleon in 28 turns, which is really good. All right, and then at this point, we see Wang Khan slowly dying. And that was it, because I had enough territory to win the game, so there was no real need to go a-conquering after that. So somehow we're just left with only 3 civs surviving at the end. Mansa Musa, who managed to turtle in the corner. And then it's about 26-hour game. That was a long game. Actually, I'll keep that on the screen. It was a long game. Long, long, long game. Thank the great Ice Sheet again for protecting us from Shaka. I know, right? I mean, I guess. I wouldn't have minded just having better territory, but yeah. All right. And then if you want to see... I usually do the final 100 turns. Maybe we'll do 150 because that takes us back to when Charlemagne was in the game. All right, score GMP. I didn't exceed GMP until the very end of the game. Although again, a lot of Zara's bar graph here is just culture that didn't really mean anything. Production. I got way ahead. This is when I started building the factories because it was right when Napoleon died, and then whoop, huge production edge. Food. Yep. Even though Zara was comparable in size, he did not have as much food because the AI struggles to manage maps with weird resources like this. Power. You can see after I defeated Napoleon, my power's flat. Look at Zara. He had like 3 times our power at the end of the game. Mansa actually exceeded me by the end, but I wasn't really in any danger. Culture. And yeah, I was comparable in espionage at the end of the game. But Zara, man, he went nuts with the espionage. Although earlier on the game, he didn't really have much there. Demos, we're number 1 in everything except military. Again, I had about 2.6 million soldier count. Zara was 9.5 million. I mean, I did not want to fight that, so you can see why I stayed away. I didn't want this series to go to like part 18. 10 parts is already long enough. And then Odir was the top city in the world by the end of the game, amusingly enough. Curious about the stats. We had the most rifles because they were drafted. We built the most, what? Buddhist missionaries, okay. Killed the most... Well, it'd be nice if this would stay sorted. Killed the most longbows, that makes sense. 61 grenadiers and 54 musketeers. A lot of Napoleon's units there. And then lost the most you know, considering how short our war against Zara was, or against Shaka was, I still had the worst losses, like percentage-wise, by far in that war. And then built is weird because captured units don't get counted here. So libraries are always high on the list because you can't capture libraries. I've always thought it's a shame that it doesn't list how many cities you captured. It lists built and razed. Well, I captured about 38 cities, something like that. Alrighty. So yeah, our score is not very good because the game was only Emperor difficulty and I won so late. But, I mean, I think there were reasons why in this game. I think it's understandable why. Anyway, whew. Glad to be done with that. I mean, you can see I've got scores that are infinitely higher than that, so that's all the way down here. Some of these, like this one, isn't even a real score because this was one where we were doing save game editing, world builder save game editing, so it's not really that high of a score. I think playing for the high score is kind of silly anyway. But my highest scoring game of all time is actually the Adventure 59 game that I played on live stream. Back in like 2012 or 2013, something like that. Because it was an Emperor game that won domination very early, 1660, and then this one is the game I did, Roman Seafarers, which was on Immortal and was also an early conquest victory, but I didn't have as much population in that game. And then this was the Mansa Musa game I did on Immortal that was also an early victory. But that was also on a small map. You can see on the large maps, you can't win that early unless you're doing something. All right. Anyway, and then you have it 8 billion AI survivors with 0 score from when I had to surrender earlier in the game. Anyway, fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. A lot of people seem to watch this series, so I think people resonated with this game. We're going to do something different next week, and I should be here streaming next week. Then I'll be away the following week, but we're going to try something different. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody. Hope you guys had a wonderful week, and enjoy the new year. Until next time, take care, folks. I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.